Hey guys. All right, so Cancerians, welcome back. So this is going to be one of my other favorite kind of storytellings that I do on my channel that I call the blunt message from the universe. Sometimes this is very blunt, sometimes it's just like yikes. So we'll just roll with it, whatever comes out. We just got the Two of Cups in the reverse. Interestingly enough, this card just came out in the Gemini video that I did as well. But it came out in the upright there. So we start out with obviously either a false twin flame or a choice that should have been available, but it turns out that wasn't really a choice at all. Maybe because something didn't live up to expectations. Maybe something isn't what it was supposed to have been. The blunt message there says, hey, if it's not what we really asked for, see, Three of Swords and the Hermit. Okay, so the blunt message says something that turned out to be, it didn't live up to what it was supposed to be. It required our Cancerian to put on their amazing armor and ride forward bravely into the future. And the Hermit is here because it also required our lead character to go ahead and really go on a deep dive, really think about something. Hermit energy, Virgo energy showing up here. We've got a character who said, well, dang, why did that not work out? And the universe says, that's a great thing to ask. It's a great thing to contemplate, or to even just spend time saying, why was I about to want to choose something that wasn't right for me? Temperance is here because what our character may discover is that maybe at one point in time, when they thought that they wanted a particular relationship or a person, they might now be realizing, I wasn't really balanced. That's why I wanted that at that point. Maybe I wasn't in the healthiest frame of mind. So I was, infatuated with the wrong kind of person, or I was willing to put up with all kinds of things that weren't really something that I would have wanted in my life, because maybe at that point in time, I wasn't as balanced as I could have been. Maybe I didn't have, I was willing to accept far too little. So then something finally turns out to like fizzle out and it fades away. And for a while, I'm heartbroken over it. But then as I think about it, I go, wait a minute. I'm so balanced now. I can't even imagine that I would have tolerated that before. That must mean that I wasn't my strongest version of myself back then. Maybe I was, in a headspace where, I mean, thank God this thing fizzled out, because otherwise I could have been stuck with a really unpleasant situation. And now that I'm so balanced and so healed, I look back and I go, why was I in that? Look at this. No joke. We just got the Empress and she popped out like immediately and landed on my wrist. Libra Taurus vibe here, but you notice how she sits here and she has a hold of her crystal ball. This is someone who can make their own future look very different than their past. They have a vision for what they want their future to look like. I really think that Cancerian, in this storyline, the universe is saying, Cancer, it's a good thing sometimes to take note of how far we've come. Take note of why did we almost choose something, or why did something hurt our feelings that, if we're not hurt over anymore, if we look back to it, we'll realize I wouldn't have even wanted that relationship. Now the me that I am today, I can honestly look back and go, oh, I so would not want that. Shoot, that doesn't even hurt anymore. All the sting is gone. And I'm so grateful that I didn't end up in that relationship. Oh gosh, that song, I think it's Garth Brooks. Sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers. I think that's the song that's playing in my mind right now. Two of Sacred Circles and the Six of Staves. This Cancerian missed only a situation that would have been totally not right for them. Now, we could say could have been something that wasn't right for them at that point in time. And I suggest that because you notice how we have the Two of Sacred Circles and we've got two entities that are looped together. This could represent that the other person has also gone through some transformation where their life has moved forward in a positive way. This could be that our Cancerian, who's now sitting in Empress energy, is not just glad that they didn't end up with the wrong person, but they might be saying, this experience, seriously, it impacted me in a more profound way than any other relationship I ever had. And I impacted them as well. And maybe that's what we were supposed to do. Maybe we pushed off on each other and we ended up both growing into the best versions of one another, which is still a very worthwhile connection to have had, right? As long as it promotes growth, as long as two people push off on each other and they both elevate. Maybe they couldn't elevate together. Maybe they would have crashed and burned if they had been together before. Let me get one more here. Tell me about this Six of Wands, because I can't figure out if this is Eight of Cups. No, I kind of think that right now, I think that the Cancerian is kind of sitting there. Remember, they're in Empress energy and they're going, look at how healthy I am. Look at how far I've come. Look at how good I feel now. And I'm thinking back to that relationship that, wow, that wouldn't have been right. But I realized it was right that we met each other, because maybe this Cancerian is going to get wind of or learn that that person that they had dealt with before, the one that things failed with, that twin flame that wound up being a false twin, they might get wind of the fact that that person they've been growing also. And I think that this, an Empress wants people to grow. An Empress is not stingy. They don't say, well, I'm healed, but I hope they miss me for the rest of their life. An Empress is like, I've totally healed, and that's awesome to think that maybe I helped them on their journey also. And our Cancerian might just get some piece of information that lets them know that person they're making more out of themselves as well. Good for them. Good for them. We weren't good together, but boy, I'm in a really good place now. And I can honestly say, I hope that they are too. That's what this is looking like. That's kind of the blunt message from the universe, is that, got Ace of Cups and we got the Justice card. You know what? There was a purpose for that twin flame situation that turned out to fizzle out. It really did balance things out. It wasn't maybe a great experience while it was happening, but if the justice is where things need to get restored. Self-love needed to get restored. Meeting the right person, the real person that we can love and can love us in return once we love ourselves enough. That's kind of what these two impacted each other in a positive way. They maybe were not going to be able to get to this level together, but meeting one another helped put them on the path, the trajectory, so that they both will end up in better places. They both love themselves a little bit more. They've learned more about themselves. I feel like that ex that we've been talking about, though, they're not an emperor or an empress the way the Cancerian is. They're out there on the Eight of Cups journey. They've got more to still work on. And they could, in this case, they could be, you notice how we have a human, and then we also have like Ursa Major, the bear. They may be like the person who's still working in like some raw emotional state, like the bear energy, and the human aspect, who's maybe like been able to kind of like develop more like higher functioning emotions that could be representing more of the Cancerian. The bottom line is they met for a reason. They interacted for a reason. And they're both on a trajectory at this point to have great love. It's a little bit like sometimes we got to meet the wrong people to help us see that, it pushes us down a road of like, wow, this really hurt. But if I hadn't met them, I wouldn't have done this work on myself. And then I wouldn't have ever, ended up where I am today. And now I can look back and be like, wow, you know what? It's okay that all that happened. It didn't feel okay at the time, but it's okay now. That's the message that we have on this Cancerian. I know it's not necessarily the most uplifting, but actually, on the other hand, I think it's the most uplifting storyline. And in any case, they are fictional stories. I hope you guys do enjoy the art. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and being a part of my world. If you do enjoy the channel, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I thank you guys so much for being here. As I always mention, Cancerians, if you guys let me know that you want a second video every week, I'm happy to do a second one for you. This week I did do 2. So when next week rolls around, just always let me know. Otherwise, I'll just do 1 each week for you guys, just because I don't have a lot of people that watch it typically. And I let the audience decide if they want more videos or not. So just shoot me a message in the comment section letting me know, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe. Those things help me to see that, okay, the Cancerian audience does enjoy it. So anyway, I always leave it up to you guys as to whether or not you want 1 or 2 videos each week. Okay. All right. Take care. See you soon. Bye.